Killing time, Friday night, found a photograph of us. Can't remember what we did that time. Maybe spending one night in Venice. It just slipped my mind. I just know.
Cek, 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 cek. Udah. Oke. Cek. Oke. We continue. So sorry, there is problem with the YouTube technician of YouTube. So now we continue the feedback and also the evaluation from the advisor. Okay. Okay, so before we ask Mr. Yogi about the feedback and evaluation, we will show you the video that made by Fazil. Okay, Fazil, can you explain about the video?
It's just a highlight on my gameplay when I play Mobile Legends.
When you play Mobile Legend. Okay, that's the video. Any questions from the advisor about the video? Miss Anna, Mr. Fatur? No? So this is the tutorial. This is highlight. Okay, next from Mr. Yogi.
Check. Okay. Good afternoon, Fazil.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so directly, dealing about how you write this one, please make sure that you follow the rules, especially your, what is that? Font. It should be the same from the first until the end, yeah, on your paper. Because your chapter 1 and others, I don't think it's the same. And also it should be the same. Okay, and then next comment from me, please open chapter 3. Okay, chapter 3.
Yeah.
Please make it more details. The first, research subject. JHS students of Sekolah Tunas Mekar Indonesia. How many students?
30.
30. Nah, right on there. 30 students. How many boys? How many girls? From what grade are they? All for grade 9 or different?
All of grade 9.
Grade 9. So, grade 9 students of Sekolah of Junior High School Sekolah Tunas Mekar Indonesia consists of 30 participants, 15 boys, 15 girls, for example. Okay, and then research place, yeah, the address. Research time, here you write down only February, but it should be the starting point until the finish time. Okay.
Okay.
And then for chapter 3 and chapter 4, please use past tense as you are reported something happened. Okay, and then again and again, I have to say to everyone at the beginning of every chapter, please put the opening paragraph. In this chapter, chapter 1, in this chapter, the researchers would like to explain about the research background, questions, and so on and so forth. Okay, something like that.
Okay.
Okay, later just check and revise and discuss with your supervisor.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay,
Mr.
thank you, Fazil.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Yogi, and also all the advisor. Your feedback and your evaluation is very important ya, Fazil ya.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. The final project presentation from Fazil. Give applause, everyone. Okay, good afternoon.
Okay. Thank you for listening my presentation. Good afternoon and take care.
The next is Prana ya. Okay. Oke, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Ya, alhamdulillah ya. Now is the time for final project presentation from Muhammad Prana Naratama from grade 9A. And then the first there will be opening. Prana will introduce by himself. And then the second there will be presentation from Prana. And then the next is there will be feedback and evaluation from the third uh, from all advisor, and after that closing. Now, time is yours for Prana to introduce yourself.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Prana.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Prana Naratama from grade 9A. Today, I will be presenting you or talking about my research final project titled Piano Instrument and Classical Music. In this presentation, I will show you what is the piano and what is the classical music and their origins. Next page. Next page. Chapter 1. Background. Piano is a musical instrument that has a wire string that sound when struck by felt cover hammer operated from the piano keys. Every sound of the sorry, miss, miss. Oh yeah. Okay. Piano is a musical instrument that has wire strings that sound when struck by felt covered hammer operated from the piano keys. Every sound of the click of the piano is very beautiful sound because it's hammer hitting the strings. What is a classical music in daily life makes people to suit themselves while during a break time or while they are relaxing. Many classical music are usually used for studying, working, and brain power development, especially for infants and children. Classical music are also always associated with the great composers during the 18th century until 19th, such as Rachmaninoff, Brahms, Chopin, Beethoven, Schumann, Liszt, and Prokofiev, and others. Research questions. What do you What do you think about listening to piano instrument and classical music? How do you feel after listening to piano instrument and classical music? Does listening to music relieve your stress? And the last one is, what do you think about how to be a good pianist? Next slide. In this slide, I will explain to you the purpose of the research and the benefits. The purpose of the text is to give you information on how beautiful and classical it is to listen to piano instrument and provide some tips on how to be able to play piano instruments such as how to be able to play classical music. The research benefits are the readers will get a deep understanding of piano and classical music and be able to practice one of the classical music instrument, which is a piano. The next chapter 2, literature review. The history of piano. The first piano invented in the early 18th century. At that time, it is made of wood and had 49 keys. Later, because composers want to expand their range of their music of the piano keys were increased to 88 keys. Per note, the piano contains more than 200 vibrating strings. because the strings are connected to the keys on which it has 988. So many of the keys, the many also the strings that were tied inside the piano. What is a classical music? Classical music is a music that appears around 1750 until 1830 in the Western European culture. Classical music is known for its concerto, sonata, fugue, and symphony. Cantata, mass, opera, those were mixed instrumental and vocal styles of classical music. What is a sheet music? Sheet music is a piece of musical paper with a stuff that contains note, dynamics, musical markings, tempo, and metronome markings. Sheet music is a paper for musicians to write their compositions and musical arrangements. What is in the sheet music? In the sheet music, it is always started with a treble clef and a bass clef. Treble clef is used for higher notes to the right key of the piano, and the bass clef is used for lower notes to the left. In front of the sheet clef, there is a key signature. Key signature is a set of sharps, flats to tell which key should be pressed, and avoiding the musicians or the composers to write too many sharp and flats. Tempo is for determining the how speed of the music when it runs. All tempo markings are always written in Italian language because during the year of 1600, many of the more important composers were Italians. The impact of classical music, sorry, the impact of listening to classical music. The effect of classical music on physiology depends on the speed and the sound of the music. Classical music that was slow, gentle, romantic, usually soothes and relaxes some individual from their stress and refreshes their mind. And specifically, for the songs that were made loud or either fast, often encourage someone to boost morale. The next one is the best practice of playing piano instrument and classical music. Hanon exercises is a practice of fingering exercises which contains of 60 exercises to improve the pianist's finger dexterity, strength, and speed to the piece that you're practicing. Second, you use a metronome to keep the tempo and rhythm completely stable. Third, practice each hand separately. Practice from low speed. And lastly, practice by listening to the recorded of the piece you're practicing by an experienced pianist and propose to know how the original sound and speed of the piece looks like. Now we go to the third chapter, research methodology. The research subject will be a piano instrument and classical music. The place of research was held in the researcher's house in Gria Sukarame, Jalan Kelapa Blok A 201, and JSTMI School in Jalan Ali Rahman Hakim nomor 30 Kedamaian. The time of research was taken from May 12th until May 19, 2023. The research tools and materials are piano and laptop. The research procedure, the researcher will record himself while playing a piano instrument while classical music. Unfortunately, I because the plan has changed, so I won't show the video. I will play the piano directly in front of him here. The, the research, sorry, sir. The researcher looked for three students to listen the recording and interviewing the answer, interviewing them and summarize the answer of the students I've interviewed. Now we go to the fourth chapter. Now we go to the fourth chapter results. Question number one. What do you think about listening to piano instrument and classical music? Listening to classical music and piano instruments seems beautiful, slow, and such a old music. Question number two. How do you feel after listening to piano instrument and classical music? The answer. Listening to classical music makes me feel comfortable because of its slow, romantical, and gentle melody. Question number three. Does listening to music relieve your stress? Yes. Listening to slow classical music can relieve stress for mind refreshing. Question number four. What do you think about how to be a good pianist? To become a good pianist, you must practice regularly for at least 30 to 1 hour a day. But for composers during But for professional composers who are really trained in the century of 18 until 19, they in total of all composers practice, they are practicing from 3 to 7 hours a day. But while myself practicing at least 30 minutes. Remember that when you start practicing the piano, you must start the hand-on exercises to increase finger dexterity. Use metronome to match the speed of the song that you are practicing. Practice your song at slow feet speed first. After a long time, your speed of piano playing will increase. The fifth chapter will be the conclusion and suggestion. The conclusion is based on the research. The researcher found that they like to listen to music instruments because they thought by listening music it would relax their mind and relieve stress and resulting in brain refreshing. The suggestion is based on the research. The researcher suggests to the next researcher to conduct the deep research about classical music that relates to nowadays music era. That's all for me.
Okay, thank you, Prana. That's nice presentation. The next is the feedback and also the evaluation. But before that one, maybe Prana can playing the piano, can show to the audience and also the advisors.
I will be playing piano music that I've memorized. Unfortunately, because I'm still a beginner, and the song was long, so I only played just a little. The first one is Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata, first movement. That's all for the first song. The second song will be Frederick Chopin's Nocturne number 20 in C sharp minor, Opus. for the second song that I played.
Okay, that's very great performance, Prana. Now the time for feedback and evaluation. I would like to introduce the advisor. The first advisor is Mr. Fernando Septiawan, MPD, and then the second advisor actually is Mr. Anggiat Kevin Sitanggang, but it is replaced by Miss Elizabeth Gracia Simanjuntak, and the third advisor is Mr. Andreas Yogi Santoso, MPD. Now the time for Mr. Fier, please. Time is yours.
All right, thank you, Miss Diana, for the time. Okay, Prana, how are you doing?
I'm fine, sir.
Fine. Okay, what do you feel after presenting your presentation?
Feel relaxed because the song that I played is totally romantic because of its slow and quiet melody.
Okay, so that's the reason why you chose the two songs that you just played.
Yes,
Okay, it's your own song or it's was it someone's song and then you just play it?
it's clearly someone's song. This was composed in the 19th century by Frederick Chopin.
All right. Okay, so you chose that song and then you try to learn it and then you try to show us and
Yeah,
then you show it to your friends.
yes.
Yes.
If you want to know why is the melody is so why is the melody is so beautiful and so romantic. So in the composer's life, the piece was never composed until the composer was died. He wrote this piece for his sister. Okay. Because Chopin is is a classic composer, but compose it from natural compose it from natural guards.
Yeah, all right. I believe that you chose this song because you know well the story and then you think that this is the best song that you can play it and also shown to your friends. Okay? We have deal for that one, right? Okay. Prana, the first, my comment. Look at the paper well. Okay, look at the paper well. Can you hold the paper? Okay, good.
Sure.
Can you check in a profile page? Approval page, page two, page three, sorry, and then other pages. It's still blank, right? Is there signature?
No.
No. Okay. It means that for the next time, please make sure before you come to the presentations, you got all of the signature. That's one of the obligations and the requirement for you to joining the test, especially later when you are in senior high school possibly or when you are in college. Okay? Yeah.
Noted, sir.
Noted. That's very good. Okay, that's the first. And then the second, can you open what's that chapter one? Background of problem. Okay, Mr. Fair will not talk about the way how you write and others later. Mr. Regi will give you a lot for it. Yeah, okay, the mechanism how to have a good writing. Okay, in chapter one, you know what's the function of chapter one? What is the focus of chapter one?
Chapter 1 is the explanation of the problem.
Yeah, explanation of the problem. Okay, Mr. Fair noted that in here you try to put the 2 points. The first is about piano and the second is about classical music, right? Okay, how is it important? You also shown that there are so many was that composer here. You want to show to the others that it's really good, right? But now the problem is which statement that you already stated based on the background of the problem. I would like to do research entitled blah blah blah. Is there? Which part? Which part that you tell based on that problem I will do or I will conduct a research entitled piano instrument and classical music? Is there?
The problem is the bottom one, sir.
Yeah, where is it? Can you show me where is it? Is there the statement for
This,
that?
the sentence that start with even to
Even
piano.
though, good. Even though piano is the best and the most popular instrument of all time, practicing the piano is quite difficult because we have to learn blah 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 blah. That's the problem, right? but it will be better if you put, after you know the background of problem, you put one sentence or two sentences that clarify. Based on that problem, you will do the results. Therefore, because what is that? Piano is the best, but it's quite difficult. Therefore, the researcher would like to conduct a research entitled blah 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 blah. You got it?
Got it.
Yeah. So make sure that in chapter one, special background problem, you write that sentences. Clear?
Clear.
Good job. Okay. Next. Okay, Mr. Fair, what's that? You try to explain many things in literature too, literature review, chapter 2, right? Okay, but for the next, I need you to change the main title or main topic. Look at, for example, 2.2, what is classical music? 2.3, what is a sheet of music? 2.4, what is in sheet music and others? I know you are going to you try to explain about it, right? But change the interrogative sentence into affirmative sentence, positive sentence. Yeah, just write down sheet music. That's it. Yeah, sheet music definitions rather than you write down what is a sheet music. Yeah, so change with affirmative sentence. Got it?
Understand.
Good job. Okay, thank you for the what is that? The materials that you have in chapter 2. I believe it will be helpful for you. And then the next chapter 3. Okay, chapter 3 later and also for others. Yeah, Mr. Fair needs you to change into past tense all of it. Yeah. Okay, and then chapter 4, research result. Okay, you have 4 questions in research questions, and then you wrote down the 4 result also. That's correct. But this is too simple, sayang. I need you to put more explanation. For example, A, listening to the classical music and piano instrument seems beautiful, slow, and shuts out music. Yeah, you write down was that more detail based on your research because you interviewed your friends, right? You can put the statement from your friends in this summary. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Add more, sayang. Yeah. Not only the simple sentence summarize the result. Yeah. Before you summarizing, there is the proof by putting the quotation, for example, kutipan-kutipan kata-kata dari teman-teman atau jawaban dari teman-teman. Okay? Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's all from Mr. Fier. I hope you will revise it. Later, you may come to me or come to Mr. Kevin more, and then we will make it better. All right? Okay, thank you, Misty.
Thank you, Mr. Pierre. Next, from the second advisor, Mr. Abed. Please, it is your time.
Okay, thank you, Miss D. Good afternoon, Prana.
Good afternoon, Miss Abed.
Okay, good afternoon, students. All right, I like your performance, Prana, when you are playing that instrument. Okay, so Miss Abed will give you some comments and also feedback. Yeah, same like Mr. Fier said. Don't forget later when you have finished to revise your paper. Don't forget to ask the sign for the teachers. Yeah, Mr. Kevin, Mr. Fier, Mr. Yogi. Yeah, you have to sign it first and then submit it. Yeah, okay. Okay, and then the next one here in preface, have you had discussion, a consultation with Mr. Kevin?
Not at all.
Oh, I see. Because I saw kan your advisor too is Mr. Kevin, but you didn't write his name in the preface. Can you open page 5? Mr. Fernando and Mr. Kevin. Ya, paragraph 3. Ya, later you have to revise. You have to add. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. And then the next. Okay. So Mr. Fier, concern about the content, page 8, yeah, the chapter 1. But I think for the readers, when they are reading your paper here, too many words, so you have to give space, ya. Ini bisa it can be divided into 3 paragraph or 2 paragraph, ya. Alright, and then okay. Nah, and then in chapter 3, for the time of research, page 15, can you open?
Yes.
Yeah, page 15, for the time of research, you wrote May 12 until May 19. Only how many days is that?
7 days.
Actually, Mr. Yogi give a research lesson from
November.
November. The research, this one, February or November?
February.
Now, I think you have to change it because it is impossible, yeah, to finish research in 7 days. Okay? Okay. And then, like Mr. Fier said, don't forget the research procedure. Yeah, it must be using past tense because it's already happened. Yeah, in the past time, so you have to change it to past tense. And then the last one, this is my question. Uh, you choose Raihan, Gozian, Rofi as your what is that? Who who students who that give their what is that attitude or opinion about music. So what is your reason why you choose them? Why you choose Raihan, Gozian, and Rofi?
Cik.
That's because uh, I choose them because I only choose it for asking them questions. Yes.
Okay, randomly.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's all from Miss Abed. Thank you, Miss Diana.
Thank you, Miss Abed. The
Okay.
next from the third advisor, Mr. Yogi.
Okay, good afternoon, Prana.
Good afternoon, Mr. Yogi.
Okay, thank you for playing the music to us. I hope you can always practice so that will be better and better ya, Prana ya. Okay, now we are going to discuss about your paper. Later, I give notes. Please change it ya. The first on approval page, you didn't put third advisor name. And then next, in every chapter, please write down the opening paragraph like your friends did. Say for example, chapter 1. In this chapter, the researchers would like to discuss about background, research question, and so on and so forth. I give the example here. Please change it. Okay? Later, please read this one. And then research questions. Please open page 9.
Yes.
Okay. Research questions in chapter 1 is not the list of the questions that you are giving to your friends. Yeah. Research questions in chapter 1 is not the questions that you give to your friends. Research questions is the questions that come to you. Okay, what is the problem so that you are going to do this research? I suggest you to change number 1, 2, 3. Actually, it's similar. So erase them and change into what are the benefit of listening to piano instrument and classical music? Okay. What are the benefit? By having those questions, the benefit of listening, maybe then you can ask to your friends, what do you feel after you listen to the music, for example, something like that one. Okay. So I gave a note here, just follow the note and change your questions, okay? And the last, I agree with Mr. Fier. Chapter 4, your chapter 4 is chapter 3 first. Chapter 3, page 15. My question is here in 3.5 research procedure, you said the researchers will record himself playing a piano instrument about classical music. Did you record yourself? So erase ya, change ya. If you don't erase. Okay, then dealing with the research procedure in chapter 4, I think your chapter 4 is too simple. Remember now, Prana, you are junior high school students, right? Grade 9 students. So you should be elaborate more in this chapter, chapter 4. For example, you can add the interviewee. Ya, your friends here do more than 20. Mereka nanyanya ke lebih dari 20 orang. Okay, with the limitation of the time, I think you should add maybe 10 as your friends. Yes, Prana? Ditambah, jangan hanya cuma 3. Okay. Or you can also in chapter 4, like for example, you said that based on the data, the researcher found that listening to classical music make them feel comfortable. Right? You write down like that, right?
Yes, I did, sir.
Okay. However, from the interview transcript, one of your friends said that the classical music does not make the interviewee calm neither relax. Berarti in your result you have to write down like that. Kalau Prana tanya ke 10 orang, then the second question is make comfortable. You can explain from 10 friends that the researcher asked, 5 friends said they really feel comfortable. 3 friends did not like classical music. 2 friends don't have any opinion, for example. So write down whatever is the result. Mau ada yang suka walaupun tidak sesuai dengan pendapat Prana, but you have to respect their answer. Ya ditulis, dijelaskan di chapter 4. Ada 2 orang teman yang suka, tetapi 1 orang tidak suka. Ya it's okay. Ya Prana ya.
Yes, sir.
So after this or tomorrow, maybe come to Mr. Fier as your first advisor. Ask Mr. Fier what should you change, what should you add. Remember, you have 1 week. So next Tuesday, you have to submit the fixed paper with the signature from the teacher. Okay, got it?
Got it, sir.
Okay, thank you, Prana. I return back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Yogi. Yeah, Prana, that's the feedback and also the evaluation from the advisor. Please revise the paper and then Prana, please closing first. Okay, closing ya, closing statement from Prana.
Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you for listening, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Prana. Okay.
Okay, guys, please sit down everyone and be nice. Ini belum aku, ini belum. Belum aku tanda tangan bentar ya.
Dah. Oke, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good afternoon everyone. Yeah, welcome to the final project presentation. So today, Siti Azizah Rania Irawan will present her final project presentation. And then the first, I would like to introduce our advisor today. The first advisor is Miss Elizabeth Gracia Simajuntak, SPDGR. And then the second advisor is Mr. Koko, yeah. And then the third advisor is Mr. Andreas Yogi Santoso, MPD. And then thank you for the audience to thank you for your attendance here. And then now the opening will be presented by Rania.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
How are you today, guys?
Great.
Oh, yeah. So today I will be presenting my graduation requirement final project, which is vegan chicken nuggets. For the chapter 1, we will first learn about what veganism is. The vegan lifestyle. So veganism, unlike vegetarian, does not consume or support any movement or companies that are linked to the harm of animals, though vegetarian people might sometimes eat eggs or fish. So the research questions that will be talked about in this research are how to make vegan chicken nuggets, what is the opinion of Tmi Jhs students and teachers on vegan chicken, and how is the taste of vegan chicken compared to normal chicken. So the purpose of this experiment and research is to make flavorful vegan foods and to find the comparison between that vegan food to the non-vegan alternative. So let's dive into the literature review. The first is the growth of veganism. Lately, veganism has been growing more and more, and more people have been um, taking the vegan lifestyle choice as their own, and even appearing in supermarkets and other food shopping places over the years, maintaining a vegan diet. So some people start the vegan diet pretty easily, but they also maintain it due to ethical concerns and, of course, cruelty-free concerns. And the nutrition of a vegan diet, of course, when you eat meat, there will be many nutritions that are in the dishes that you eat. But in vegan lifestyle, you will have alternatives to those nutritions. The benefits of a vegan diet, and let's divide this into two, which is physical and mental. So physically, you know, eating dairy causes psoriasis, acne, and also eczema. So by having a vegan diet, you're obviously not going to be eating any dairy, which can cause you to have a better skin condition. So physically, in my research, it states that vegan diet has the ability to what is that, connected to a range of diseases like Alzheimer's and also cardiovascular disease. But yeah, so if you have a vegan diet, it is lower the risk and lower the chance of Alzheimer's. Okay, 2.5 is animal welfare. As we know, in the vegan industry, you don't eat meat or any animal sourced foods. So the meat industry, if you're not vegan, breeds as many animals as it can from a single female, then kills her when she is no longer in need or no longer produces sufficient young. This is basically, you know, a cow. A cow cannot produce milk without any stimulation, which is the pregnancy of that cow. So once the calf is born, it will be taken away to either grow it out as another milk cow or as to slaughter it, and it will become a meat producing cow. And also a chicken. Chicken in the egg industry, they only produce the eggs in coops, and they don't see anything other than the coops, and they don't see the outside world. Now let's take a look at what we will be talking more in depth about in this research, which is seitan chicken. Seitan chicken dates back to ancient China around 1,500 years ago. And the process of making seitan chicken is to remove the starch from wheat to leave the gluten. Seitan also means basically wheat meat in Japanese words. So, this is the research methodology, which is, first of all, the subjects of research will be Tmi Jhs students and teachers, some of them. Time and place of research is in the Building C School of Tunas Mekar Indonesia, and also in Jalan Wayumpu nomor 11, Pahoman, which is my house. Okay. The research procedure is to cook the vegan and non-vegan foods, bring to school and have students of Tmi Jhs taste the foods and ask them about the experience. The tools and materials are high protein flour, water. It's supposed to be filet chicken, but I wrote ground chicken instead. All-purpose flour, salt, pepper, ground garlic, and mushroom powder, which is spices, a large egg, breadcrumbs, and oils. And for for tools is class mixer, bowls and plates, pots and pans, strainer, cutting board, and knife. Over here, I also copied this twice, so I will be fixing that post presentation. So the results, we first have the process of making the vegan chicken, which I first did by deciding chicken alternative, which I will obviously be taking seitan chicken as an alternative to chicken which is made from gluten. This process took about a week to decide. Collecting the products needed. So the products I needed to make this research happen was high protein flour, filet chicken, spices, eggs, and breadcrumbs, which um, all around cost about 40,000 rupiah. Okay, so this is the process of making vegan chicken, which you can see in your paper in the chapter 4. First, we mix the seitan chicken. So I mixed about 1 kilogram of high protein flour with 750 milliliters of water. And two methods of mixing was used, which I mixed hand mixed and also using a stand mixer. And after mixing, you rest the seitan chicken, which the dough, both of the dough was rested in water. So it was in the water for around 90 minutes or 1.5 hours. Then I wash the dough. So washing the dough basically removes all of the this one removes all of the starches from the wheat and the dough to only leave the gluten in the mix. So this is basically what it looks like. This is all starch. So when it got really starchy, I usually poured it out and replaced it with new water to make sure that it was clean of starch. Then I began braiding the dough, but before this, I did strain the dough so it didn't feel too much watery in the cutting board. So we braided the dough. I braided the dough, sorry. I braided the dough so it doesn't fall apart during the boiling process of this seitan chicken. So I boiled the dough because the smaller batch was obviously a lot smaller. I boiled it for 45 minutes and the bigger batch for roughly 60 minutes or an hour. So this is the process of making the actual chicken nuggets. Sorry, which will be presented to you after this presentation. But I first cut the seitan into bite-sized pieces this is as in preparations before the frying, so it will be easier to eat and it will look more of like a chicken nugget. Then I marinated the seitan chicken with ground garlic and mushroom powder. So after that, we coated the seitan chicken with this all-purpose flour, and then this is all-purpose flour mixed with a little bit of water to create like a sticky, a sticky, so it will stick to the breadcrumbs. And then after this, I coated with the breadcrumbs before frying. And then I fried the seitan chicken until it was golden brown. So, we also made I also made, sorry, I keep saying we. I also made a non-vegan alternative, which is chicken. But the only difference, has the same steps as before, like the seitan, but the only difference was the all-purpose flour mixed with water. I substituted that with an egg. Okay, so here is 4.2, which is the opinions of Tmi Jhs students and teachers. This is the beloved Mr. Tarsisius Kodrat Nugroho. Okay, so the reactions of TMI students and teachers was very, very different and also varied to each other. Some said that it tasted good, some said it was tasteless and it was bland. So it's definitely very, very variative. Okay, so 4.3 is how is the taste of vegan chicken compared to normal chicken? As we've said before in 4.2, it's the difference between normal chicken and vegan chicken is very, very, very clear as Obviously, the normal chicken has more of a chicken flavor and texture than the vegan chicken, which can be improved by folding the dough and the gluten more. Okay, so this leads us to the end, which is chapter 5, conclusion and suggestion. So conclusions is how do you make vegan chicken nuggets? So I mixed the seitan dough, kneaded, rested, washed, and boiled. That's how to make the base of the seitan chicken, vegan chicken alternative. What is the opinion of TMIJHS students and teachers? The opinion of TMIJHS students and teachers vary from some enjoying the taste to some saying that it was bland. And how is the taste compared to normal chicken? The difference is very, very obvious. Although the seitan had chicken-like strands and it felt like chicken, but it could not match the actual chicken texture. For suggestions, we have 3 suggestions that I would like to say to you if you are trying to replicate this research, which is suggestions on the seitan chicken. If you want a more strand chicken-like texture, uh, it's better to use hand-mixed method for that. Then suggestions while cooking, because we used breadcrumbs, it sometimes falls out of the nugget and it stays in the bottom of the oil pan, so it burns. So while you're cooking, make sure to remove those fallen breadcrumbs. Then suggestion with the dough. The thing I noticed about the dough was it was before I added the flavorings and garlic powder, mushroom powder, garlic, ground garlic. It was very, very bland and it tasted like tofu. So while you're mixing the dough, if you want to add spices to the dough to make it more flavorful, and it will make the overall seitan chicken experience better for you. So that comes to the end of my presentation. Thank you. So now I will give the chance for advisors, teachers, Mr. Fier, to taste my seitan chicken.
Seitan. This is seitan.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Okay, finish? Already run out?
Give to the teachers, I'm sorry, but to compare between the two and see why is it so clear that the difference.
Okay. Okay. Wow, this is very great presentation ya from Rania, and also the teacher already taste the vegan and also the real ya, the real chicken.
Yes.
Okay, now the time for feedback and evaluation from the advisor. So from Miss Abed.
Okay, good afternoon, Rania.
Afternoon.
Okay, I really like your ideas, yeah, in making, yeah, for making this kind of new thing, yeah, new product as your result for your final project. Um, so from after finishing this one, you can give information for others, maybe for the vegan, maybe for someone who has allergic, who has disease or kind of sickness, yeah. But you have to add also, yeah, uh, from my suggestion, you have to add also uh, what is the good and the bad things when we use setan ya, namanya setan ya, setan flour itu ya. So you have to add more the information, the knowledge about that, ya. Because kan if someone will consume that seitan flour, yeah, they have to know now what kind of nutrition, what kind of vitamins, yeah, and then is it safety? Is it okay to consume that kind of flour every day? Yeah. So please add information about that one. So people can not only the taste, yeah, not only the flavor, but uh, you give also the information about the safety about that products, yeah. And also I still found uh, you have to justify the paragraph, yeah. And also I think the space is two, yeah, but for example, like the title, from the title, for example, this one, chapter 1 until chapter 1 to introduction, Mr. Yogi ini nggak perlu kayak gini kan, Raniam, space apa, spasi 2. Nah, this is not like this. Ini biarkan aja, ya. And then, yeah, only that from me. So please add more the information about the ingredients, the nutritions from that kind of flour. Ya, itu kan the main what is that? The main things for making the vegan chicken nuggets. Ya, okay. Thank you, Miss Diana. That's from me.
Thank you, Miss Abed, for your evaluation. And then the next, because Mr. Koko still outside, so Mr. Yogi. Oh yeah, okay, Mr. Koko.
Thank you for my time. The title vegan chicken nuggets. Okay. But inside we cannot find the chicken. And then you explain about Satan. So I think contradictive than vegan and chicken. The first I will listen from you. What the mean of vegan?
Not eating anything that links to animal harm or supporting businesses.
Yeah, it's mean vegan and chicken is contradictive, right? Because vegan not eat the meat, but chicken is real the meat. And if we read at all of your presentation here, we talk a lot of about Satan. So I think better if you put the title, yeah, Satan vegan nugget, and you could chicken, yeah. It's the first. The second, the result about why grow the vegan community. Yeah, one reason is because if we eat the milk, we must kill a lot of female. In your PPT, paragraph two, you said if we eat the meat, it means we kill a lot of female animal, and that's yeah decrease the regeneration of the next generation from the meat. But in the progress, only the hen, only chicken take the female to the cut, to the kill. For the cow, the male. So this not generally. And then in the opening paragraph, you said, wait. You have many pages. You said, I finished it without assistance someone. Page number? Where yeah? Oh yeah, the statement letter. Stating that it is true, this scientific research is wanted without assistance from other parties or has been written, published by others. I must correct because you make many note and what put the your research source. Sorry, to your source like page 8. At the page 8, you said source from residue.com, right? At page 10, you said from taken from genf.org. It means you ask someone or something to help you finish it. Yeah. So you can make the other sentence for this what that? Yeah. And then we insert the comment. When you make the seitan, you should use egg.
What?
You use egg.
Which one? Making the seitan chicken?
Yeah.
The nuggets?
Yeah.
No, I did not use egg.
Because in your content you use large eggs maybe.
Oh, the large egg is for the non-vegan one. The chicken one. The chicken-based one.
Oh ya.
Share. 2.5. 2.5. Kok 2.5? Okay, I'm lost my data. Add methodology and 3.4, sorry. Tools and materials, blah, 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 blah. Number 6, 1 large egg, 7. This for the real meal.
Okay.
Or
So I get why this caused many confusions, but in the 3.5, it stated that it will be based on seitan chicken and chicken. So, and it did not state that I will be making seitan chicken nuggets, vegan chicken nuggets. I just stated that I will be making homemade chicken nuggets. And that large egg in number 6 is for the non-vegan chicken nuggets.
oh, this means you must mix this the spare place. Yeah.
Oke.
And the last, I think better if you put number of sorts, sorry, like page 8 and 10, yeah. Only put the stars at the last sentence, and then or the put the number and you put at the last as a what that at the source. You make the daftar pustaka at the last. Yeah. Yeah. So only you can like if we make the scripture the last time, next time, yeah, make the start at the last sentence and then number, not directly here from because you have the full at the start. I found at page 8 and 10.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Koko, so sorry because of the time is limited.
Okay, the last. We already taste the product and maybe better for the sultan. You make the what the be slice lebih tipis, so be crunchy, and you serve when still hot. Yeah. Because maybe you said I cook in the morning, so yeah, chewy.
It's a
Yeah.
bit soggy.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Koko. The next is Mr. Yogi. Time is yours.
Check. Okay, good afternoon, Rania.
Afternoon.
Yes, I agree with Mr. Koko to revise your title. Yeah. Um, what is that? It can be comparison if you want to compare. Yeah, just write on the comparison. The comparison between vegan nuggets and apa tadi? Setan saya. Yeah, that one. Yeah. So discuss with Miss Abed later. What is the focus actually? And also, yeah, revise your title. And then chapter 3, 4, methodology, past tense, right? You did it, right? You said you will. Nah, and then chapter 1, research questions. The first is how do you make vegan nuggets, right? Then the second, what is the opinion of junior high school Tmi students and teachers? So how many students and teachers actually become your source?
So students and teachers, for teachers, I think around 3 and 4. For students, there were a lot of people who wanted to try it, but the names that I can remember was Darren, Keke, Kiena, and Puti, Yara, and
Yeah,
some
so
other
okay.
people.
So if you say that the opinion of students and teachers, so you have to put all of them, not only Mr. Coco
On the
and
presentation.
Casey, yeah, not only Mr. Coco and Keke. Say for example, give column 10 students, for example. Putih like, Keke like, Darren no, Yara like, for example. Then you can explain from 10 students, 8 people say that the nugget was delicious, but 2 people said no. It means there are 80% of my friends like the taste of the nugget, for example. So, yeah. Or if you don't want to use them, yeah, just erase. Actually, if you stop until making for junior high school level, it's okay. until making without any comments from your friends, for example, or teachers. Or you just want to use one. For example, you give the description. Say, for example, you ask Mr. Coco to taste it because Mr. Coco is our cooking teacher. Okay. Later in university, something like that one should be tasted in lab. Ya, dites di lab, yang makan mencoba ahli gizi, ditimbang gizi dan lain sebagainya. But in junior high school doesn't it? So the option, the choice, if you still want to use your friend's opinion to strengthen your research, okay, but should be more than one. Okay, if you don't want, yeah, it's okay until making. Later discuss ya Miss Abed which one is possible during these 10 days. Mau pakai teman-teman atau enggak. Kalau pakai harus komplit. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you. Good job by the way. I return back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Yogi. Now, so the teacher already give the feedback and also the evaluation. So please, Rania, revise your paper. The time is 1 week, yeah, 1 week. You may closing now, Rania.
Okay, so I would first like to thank all my friends, my advisors, and teachers in the room for listening and also tasting my product. I will be revising as soon as possible. So thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Rania.
Hi, Om Zaki and Tante Ira.
everyone.
Miss Diana dulu ya. Miss Diana dulu ya. Miss Diana Oke, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, now the time for Nareva Kalisa from grade 9A. She will present her presentation about final project about how beautiful and unique 5 continents in the world. Yeah, and then first of all, I would like to say thank you for your coming today, the audience and also the advisors. And I want to introduce the advisors today. The first advisor is Miss Yunita Purwanti. Yeah. Okay, and then the second is Mr. Arba Febrian, and the third is Mr. Andreas Yogi Santoso. And then without further ado, so please welcome Nareva.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Nareva.
So, I will presentation about how beautiful, unique 5 continents in the world. As we know, there are 5 continents: Asia, America, Europe, Africa, and Australia. Next. One, background. A continent now is any several large geographical regions. Continents are generally identifiable by the configuration rather than any specific criteria. A continent could be a single landmass or as a part of a fairly large landmass. As in the case of Asia or Europe, due to this, the number of continents varies up or up to 7, as few as 4. Geographical regions are commonly regarded as continents. As we know, there are 5 continents in the world, including Asia, America, Europe, Africa, and Australia. I will show how beautiful and continent in the world they are. Research question. Number 1, where are you interested to geography? Number 2, why is geography related to socialism? Number 3, what is the most tourism in the world? The purpose is to understanding the country's culture patterns, worldwide they are there, and how they develop and change over time. At the end of the day, geography will help you become a better overall global citizen. As people progress, their growing knowledge about the world should help them to deepen their understanding the use of landscape and environment. Geographical knowledge, understanding, and skill provide the framework and approach that explain how the Earth's features at different scale are shaped, interconnected, and change over time. Explain the geographical position land area and population. Literature review. Number 1, Asia. Asia is the largest continent both in terms of land and population. This continent was bordered in the Ural Mountain and the Caucasus and the Arctic, Pacific, and Indian Ocean. This continent offers 87% of the total surface area of its land area. Asia shares the landmass of Eurasia with Europe and Asia with Europe and Africa. 2. America. The Americans are landmass composing the totality of North and South America. The America make up most of the land in Earth's western hemispheres and compress the New World. Along with their associate islands, the Americas cover 8% of Earth's total surface are 24% to 28% of its land area. The topography is dominated by mountain that runs the leg of West Coast. 3. Europe. Europe is a peninsula or land area included located by Asia, but the European plains population. It shares the continental landmass of Eurasia with both Africa and Asia. It is bordered by Arctic Ocean to the north, the Arctic Ocean to the west, the Mediterranean Sea to the south, and Asia to the east. For Africa, Africa is the world's second most land area and second most populous continent after Asia in both aspects. At about 33 million kilometer, 11 million square miles, including Ancient Island. It covers 1 to 20% of Earth's land area and of its total surface area, with 1.4 billion people as of 2021. It accounts for about 18% of about the world human population. 5. Australia. Australia is only continent south of Indonesia. This continent also the only continent that consists of one country, namely Australia, whose capital Canberra. Despite being in Southern Asia, the population of this continent mostly Caucasoid and has the same origin as the population of European continent. Research methodology. 1. Research subject. The researcher will show the world map. The researcher must describe a maximum of 3 countries, and the research must explain the land area capital city and population. 2. Time and place. The researcher will tell research final project in TMI junior high school and senior high school when they with advisor. 3. Tools and material. Heavy is paper, pencil and eraser, laptop, pen, tablet. 4. Procedure. Draw that both traditionally or digitally if you have a plain tablet. If you don't know the map, you can create the picture. After that, explain of the continent based one sequence starts with North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, and Australia. The researcher will explain the countries by the continent, minimum 3 countries. Reason why I like geography because related to socialism. We can understand the countries, capital city, etc. Geography helps us to explore and understand place and space and place, recognizing the great different cultures, political system, economies, landscape, environments across the world, and exploring the link between them. 2. The social side of geography considers how human and human society relate the natural landscape and atmosphere. The most common name for this is human geography. It is a major part of subject today. That probably isn't surprising, since human geography is more important today than it ever has been. In my country lesson, also learning geography because geography is related to social lesson. Result 3, the most tourists in country based on continent is start with Asia, China, Japan, and Thailand. South America, Argentina, Brazil, and Chile. North America, USA, Mexico, and Canada. Europe, France, Italy, Spain. Conclusion and suggestion. Geography 1. 1. Geography is important lesson because the understanding of the country. Geography is related to socialism. Social lesson because in Indonesian high school, because geography is included in department. Number 3, the most tourism in Asia was China. The most famous destination is in China included the Great Wall of China. The most tourism of South America is Argentina. The famous destination was Recoleta, Sanatory Buenos Aires. That's all for me. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Nareva. That's a nice presentation. Now the time for feedback and also the evaluation from the advisor. So from the first advisor, Miss Eneng, time is yours. Vaneva, show the paper.
What is that? What continent is that?
This is America.
And the next. That is
Asia and Europe.
Asia and Europe. And then what is that?
Africa.
Okay.
Oke.
It's okay.
It's okay. Nareva, it's okay, Nak? Oh ya.
Australia.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. That already ya. Okay. Thank you Nareva. Applause for Nareva dong. Yeah, actually, I really surprised ya when you draw it in front of me with the fast drawing. Honestly, I cannot draw the map as fast as you can. Yeah, that's the point for you. And then for your research, yesterday I asked you to add the beautiful place in your PowerPoint ya, so you can show to us. Kan you want to show how beautiful the five continent, right?
Yes.
But in the paper is already good job. It means you know my instruction, but maybe you are in hurry to finish your PPT. You not put in PPT, so actually it's better you put in PPT ya. Okay, that's the first, and then the second. For the conclusion, you can tell you can put in your research this, for example, Asia, what kind of the beautiful in Asia, and then Africa, Europe, and etc. But overall, you already did very great job. Yeah, only finishing the map. Yesterday you already coloring the map, but with random coloring. And then I ask you, especially for Europe and Asia, right? Because the map is becoming one, it should be separated color. So later, continue ya for the coloring ya. Okay, that's all sih Nareva. Good job.
Thank you, Miss Neng. The next is Mr. Arba.
Thank you. It's very actually it is very interesting research that you want to apa done with your final project ya. But unfortunately, you don't be afraid to come. What is that consultation with me because I always waiting, right? I ever ask you, yeah, Nareva, but you're like afraid, and then you are, oh, enggak apa-apa, Mister. So next time. This is I want to be a lesson because you want to be senior high school student, right?
Right.
Now later when you're senior high school student, teacher more or less care of you. I mean less to calling you all the time. But we must be. This is for all of you, yeah. So you must be proactive. So this is the way we want to teach you to proactive with your responsibility. So that's the first note, okay? So I hope whatever you are senior high school, you must be more confident than this. Can you confident more than this?
Yes.
Janji? Bisa
Janji.
berani?
Janji.
Ya, oke. Harus ya. You have to confidence.
Iya.
Oke, ya. And then researchnya sudah bagus sekali, ya. Mungkin tambahan dari Mister, boleh diseragamkan. You can make a similar information. For example, di Asia, you can like in continent you tell about culture, for example, ya, like you write in your research before, ya. about how many country. Misalnya in Asia there is.
Yeah, so sorry, Mr. Arba, because the time is limited. I give
Okay.
1 more minute ya.
Okay, so make similar information for dealing about the continent. Okay, and then also the result. You already have good result, but unfortunately less of information. For example, China. Give the information about China. Yeah. Japan. Give the information about Japan, not only the pictures. Okay. So add information that interesting from the country that you mentioned. And the last source, sumber, misalnya based on titik-titik negara paling most tourism is this one. Gitu ya? Only that. Okay. So please confident and then you can add some information. Okay. Thank you. Well done, Nareva.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Arba. The next is Mr. Yogi.
Okay, good afternoon, Areva.
On Mr. Yogi.
Okay, good job ya. I have one question, Nareva. As you mentioned that we have 5 continents, right?
Right.
In your opinion, which one is the best continent?
Asia, because Asia is the most population Atlant area. Asia is so many delicious food. Japan, sushi, ramen, and curry rice. In my country, Indonesia, the traditional food is nasi goreng, nasi uduk, satay, and pisang goreng. And last, Malaysia, the traditional food, nasi lemak, ayam gulai, and the traditional drink, teh tarik.
Okay, congratulations. Thank you. You know well, yeah, all the countries. So Asia is the best.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I think that's all the questions from me.
Okay, that's very great performance ya from Nareva. Okay, Nareva, now closing Nareva.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you Nareva.
Okay.
Oke, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, today is the last final project presentation ya. There will be presentation from Talita Marabel Opelia from thank you. From grade 9A, and then the title is Eco Printing Technique on Tote Bag. Tote bag ya. Okay. And then there is three advisor here. The first advisor is Mr. Arba Febrian SE. Yeah. And then the second advisor is Miss Yunita Purwanti SSI GR. Yeah. And then the last advisor is Mr. Andreas Yogi Santoso MPD. Okay, without further ado, please welcome Talita Marabel Opelia.
Okay, thank you, Miss Diana. So, good afternoon, all my advisors, my teachers, and also my friends. It is such an honor to be able to present my final exam project entitled Eco Painting Technique on Tote Bag. So, let's get started. Okay, these are the points that we're going to discuss in the next slide. First, fashion and style from nature. 2, value of leaves. 3, saving our environment by using tote bag. 4, tote bag function. And 5, the hypothesis of the research. Okay, first, fashion and style from nature. People cannot be separated from fashion or style, but we must try our best to style from nature, that is by eco-printing technique on tote bag. 2, value of leaves. People think that leaves does not have any value, so they let it scattered around. To add the value of leaf is by eco-printing technique because eco-printing uses leaves. 3, saving our environment by using tote bag. People nowadays really don't care about our environment, but us as the next generation must save our environment by using tote bag and not plastic bag. 4, tote bag function. Tote bag can stop us using plastic bag. It is more friendly to our world, and also we can still use it as a style. And last, the hypothesis of the research. Leaf can be used as a motif provider for eco printing on cotton fabric with the leaf stain. Okay, chapter 1, research questions. First, how is the procedure of eco printing? And second, what makes us interested in doing eco printing? Okay, research proposes. First, to increase our knowledge about how to make and properly eco printing. Second, make leaf litter as a medium art to be printed on tote bag. And last, reduce usage of using plastic bag. Okay, chapter 2, literature review. 2.1, we will discuss about tote bag definition. 2.2, eco printing definition. And 2.3 is about benefits using tote bag. Okay, tote bag definition. Tote bag is an incredibly useful accessory. It is a simple product with huge versatility. Tote bag made of cotton fabric that can hold more stuff because it is more strong. Eco-printing definition. Eco-printing is a process where people mostly use leaves, but you can use flowers or other plants that transfers or leave their stain, shapes, motifs, and colors to an cotton fabric with a few technique, which is pounding technique and steaming technique. Okay, 2.3, benefits using tote bag. First, you can go shopping with your tote bag. Second, you can use tote bag as a gym bag. 3, you can store your dirty laundry with tote bag. And 4, you can carry your lunch to your school, to your work, or to other places. Okay, chapter 3, methodology. 3.1, research subject. The subject of the research is tote bag that is made from canvas or cotton fabric will be made with an eco printing method. For more specific, I will use the pounding technique. 3.2 research place. This eco printing tote bag experiments will be taken in my house, which is in Jalan Perintis Kemerdekaan number 29, Kedamaian Districts, Bandar Lampung in Lampung. 3.3 research time. This research was conducted in February 2023 until May 2022. Okay. 3.4 research tools and materials. This research will consist of many tools and materials beneath. Materials, plain tote bag, leaves, aluminum sulfate or batu tawas, and then water and plastic. For tools, we'll be need a big bowl, wooden hammer or the usual hammer, and table or any foundation. Okay, 3.5 research procedure. For making acropainting tote bag, we'll through a lot of steps. That first is provide all your materials and put your fabric in the table or the foundation. 2, attach your leaves in the top of your plain tote bag and cover it with the plastic. Also, you have to put the plastic inside of the tote bag. 3, hit your leaves with the wooden hammer until the colors and motif transfer perfectly. And then dry the product under the sun. 5, rinse your tote bag inside the water of batu tawas to lock the colors and motifs. 6, dry it again for 1 day, and your tote bag eco printing is done. Okay, chapter 5 is the result. For this one, this is first question, which is how is the procedure of eco printing? And I attached some pictures here, as you can see. First, prepare your tools and materials, and then put your leaves, cover with the plastic, and then hit it with the hammer. And this is the result. Dry it under the sun, and then rinse inside of aluminum sulfate water. And here's the result. Okay, chapter 5. What make us interested in doing eco printing? Well, after doing some survey to my close friends, I found that people interested in doing eco printing is because first, the result of the eco printing is beautiful. Second, it increased the creativity of people because they can decide anything they want in the tote bag with the leaves. And then it is eco-friendly because it doesn't use any chemicals. And eco printing has unique patterns from the leaves. Chapter 5, Conclusion and Suggestion. The process of making eco printing is quite hard for the researcher because we have to pay attention to the tools and materials that we needed. The most effective way, after for my research, it is the steam technique because the color can be more seen. And last suggestion, according to my experiment by using the pounding technique, wooden hammer is very important because in my first trial, I cannot find any wooden hammer. So I tried to find some alternatives such as pestle. And this is the result if you use pestle. The color is not too visible. And this is the result if you use the hammer. It is actually more beautiful and the color is more visible. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, that's nice performance and also a good product yeah from Talita. The next is feedback and evaluation. So from the first
Check.
advisor, Mr. Arba, time is yours.
Okay. First, maybe can you please show us? Can you give us and then because it's very interesting.
This is the beautiful one.
Can you give to us so we can
Okay.
while okay first you did very good your research also your presentation maybe you can add the conclusion or my question is it is what do you think this is can be this is something that can saving earth and then add value for something that not value before can your research become what is that commercial things or an economic side what do you think after you did this
Well, it is actually quite hard, but it is useful and it's eco-friendly to our world. So like we doesn't use any chemicals. It is safe for babies also.
Uh, is it can be become your business or economic things or not? What do you think?
Yes, yes.
Can you explain a little bit about that? If you because you not mention well about that, but actually it can be right. So can you
Yes.
mention a
This
little
is
bit?
actually is a good homemade innovation for business because it doesn't use any I mean like the expensive materials or tools. It is eco-friendly and you can sell it anywhere and you can get money.
Okay. I think that's all. I'm very, what is it? Very happy with the result. So hopefully you can take benefit as much as you can with this research. Yeah.
Thank
Well
you.
done. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I want to remind for the audience, please sit down and be nice, please. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, the next is Miss Neng from the second advisor. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Miss Diana. Good afternoon, Talita.
Good afternoon, Miss Neng.
Okay, how is your feeling after you try for three technique different? I mean the tools different.
Well, I think it's the best way to do this with the pounding technique is with the hammer, but the circle one because hammer has two sides.
Yes,
The
the sharp
yeah,
one.
the sharp one and the circle one, and it is more the color more seen, more visible.
We use which
Uh,
side?
the circle side.
Okay. My question maybe my suggestion for your literature chapter 2 ya. I want to ask you, is all the leaf can be used for eco printing?
I think yes, because based on my experiments, I waste some time because I don't think every leaves can be used. But turns out I pick some random leaves, and the result is actually very good. So I think all leaves can be used for eco printing as long as you do it well.
Okay, but be careful ya because I ever try using guava leaf daun jambu and it cannot be seen the color. Yeah, so you have to you add the information you can find in Google. That's not all the leaf can be used for eco printing and what is the criteria yeah for the good leaf. You know that hijau daun in biology called as
Chlorophyll.
yes, find the leaf with have high chlorophyll. And also, how about the flower?
I've searched some in YouTube, and they also use flowers, and it is actually quite good also.
Okay, why don't you try use flower
I
also to
can find
combine?
flowers in my house.
Okay, yeah, that the suggestion from me. The first about the what is that criteria of the leaf that can be used for eco printing, and then the second you put there are three technique for eco printing, right?
Yes.
And then I guess every technique there is the strength and weakness. Why you, if we do eco printing with ponding technique, what is the strength and then what is the weakness? What do you think? For example, compare with steamer technique.
Actually, steam technique is a lot easier because you don't have to hit it. You just steam it. But the people usually use the pounding technique. So I try the pounding technique
Because of what people usually use this technique.
because you can find it anywhere, like the hammer.
So the easiest
Yes,
step, yeah.
the
But
basic one.
what do you think about the weakness for this technique rather than
Uh,
steam?
the weakness.
Yes,
Mm,
this
I
one.
think it use more tenaga because you heat it. And it's kind of tiring.
Power ya.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe later you can add literasi also. Actually, by using steam technique, the color is go out perfectly, akan keluar lebih sempurna.
Yes.
And then for ponding, for example, this one, if you not to be careful when you hit the leaf to the fabric, it can be make the fabric like this, right?
Yes, I guess I should put more plastic.
But overall, you already try, and then it's nice to bake. Yeah, thank you, Talita.
Thank you, Miss Neng.
Thank you, Miss Neng. The next, Mr. Andreas Yogi Santoso.
Okay, good afternoon, Tita.
Good afternoon, sir.
Nice product and then nice purpose, I think. How long did you make this?
3 days.
3
I
days.
make all of this for 3 days.
You only show 2 of them. What happened with the other one?
Because this is the fail one.
Yeah, the other one?
The color is not too visible, actually.
Oh, okay. By the way, what leaf is this?
It's cassava leaves.
Cassava. That one? Also.
Moringa leaves.
Moringa, kelor.
This one.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I think that's good, yeah. But I have several suggestions. First, please open your research questions. What is the first research question?
What make us interested in doing eco-printing?
And okay, and then what is the first part of your chapter 4?
The procedure.
So, what makes us interested in doing eco printing? Attach your leaf, cover your leaf with plastic. Is that the correct answer?
No.
No. So please revise that one. Okay, it should be consistent, yeah. If the first question is make us interesting. Okay, keep on that one. What makes us interested? You say that after the researcher asked to some friends. How many friends?
3.
3 only. What makes us interested in doing eco printing? If you want to do survey, yeah, you have to do survey to more than 3 people. How many people were you asked? 40? 30. Compared to 3? The other who do survey? How many? 34 compared to 3. Okay. Darren 60, 61. So, actually, in my opinion, you can only have one research questions, how to make eco printing, full stop. If you want to use what makes us interested or something by doing the survey, it should be the correct survey. It should be 60, 50, 30 participants of your survey, for example. Later discuss with Ms. Neng or Mr. Arba. If you want to drop them, so only one research questions until this one, okay, this is good product also. Okay, say like, I can give you like 80, for example, if you make this also only, but if you add with the procedure of eco printing, but in the wrong procedure, so I will give you maybe 70 something. So be careful with that one. Yeah, thing yeah. But if you do survey, in the correct way, I will give you 85, for example. If it is correct. If it is incorrect, so it will decrease your score. So be careful with that one. Okay. Okay, and then chapter 3, use past tense, don't forget. Actually, for chapter 4, actually, I like to see the picture not on the attachment because it is important. So, if possible, then in chapter 4, put the picture. Okay, so attach your leaf in the top of your planes. Put the picture. Cover your leaf with plastic. Give the picture. Okay. Okay, and then the last, I repeat this many times. In every chapter, give opening paragraph. Okay, chapter 1. In this chapter, the researcher would like to discuss about this. Okay. Well, in, I don't know, science, in Bahasa Indonesia, research, usually you don't use that one, but if you do in English, it is a must to give a paragraph, opening paragraph. Yeah. On this chapter, on chapter 2, for example, this chapter, the researchers would like to discuss about the eco-printing theory, eco-printing characteristic, and so on and so forth. Okay, I think that's all. Overall, good job. Thank you. I return back to the moderator.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Yogi. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, sorry, one more. I think you missed the statement of plagiarism page. There is no here. The undersigned name Talita blah blah blah.
The preface or
No, plagiarism.
Statement letter.
Statement. Yeah, you missed that one. Okay, please complete that one. Thank you.
okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Yogi, Miss Neng, and Mr. Arba. So, Talita, that's the feedback and evaluation for you. Please revise your paper. The time is 1 week. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, good job, Talita, and good afternoon, everyone.